Hi everybody, so today I've got an Hermes review and this is the autumn winter collection that is launched from Hermes. So I picked up the eyeshadow quad and one of the lipsticks. So I'm going to show you swatches of both of these and I'm going to try both of these on. And I really can't wait actually because we have a cool tone colour story which is quite unique if you're a cool tone lover like I am these days. So I really can't wait to get started with these. I've also picked up one of their lip liners which I've never tried before, so this is the one they actually recommend to go with the lipstick I've bought. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that duo as well. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I do upload here several times a week and I would be superbly grateful if you did subscribe to my channel. Lots of people watch without subscribing, so if you could, that would be really helpful. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. And my skin tone, looking at these shades today, I've got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones that lean a little bit neutral. I've also got blue eyes. So anyway, that's enough about me. Let's dive straight into this review. So some more information on this. It says on the website, this is reflecting the Hermes annual theme during the Autumn-Winter 2025 limited edition makeup collection for lips, eyes and hands. And hands? What's the one for hands? I don't know about that. All I know about is lips and eyes. Anyway, if you know, please let me know. So you will see two emblematic shapes, which is exactly what we got last year, and I think it's come with all the previous ones. Last year was my first one trying this. So we have the two circles and we have the two squares, and we have the harmony of deep hues enhanced by accents of light, like this one here. Designed by Gregoris Perfilis. I'm sure I said that wrong. Perpilis? Please tell me how to say that if you know. Creative director of Hermes Beauty. I do apologise, I'm sure you're not watching, but I'm sure I got that wrong. Offers a quartet of colours, creating countless options for giving a natural, intense or sophisticated look to the eyes. So the colour of this one, it's combining the intensity of the purple with the gleam of golden sunshine, highlighting a radiant peacock green and a gentle bluish grey. I particularly love this blue, you know. It's quite an interesting combination. When I saw this when I was doing my Will I Buy It Won't I said I'm going to get this because I like the challenge, but the more I've looked at it, the more I've thought about it, and I've seen swatches prior to buying, I thought this is not quite as alarming as I thought, and maybe it isn't a challenge after all. Maybe it is just a really beautiful palette that might really suit my skin tone. Maybe I'll completely change my mind by the end of this video, but that's my thinking. And it says these eyeshadows are soft and light and the texture can be easily blended using a finger or a brush, allowing you to achieve your desired level of intensity. In each palette, the various finishes draw inspiration from the silk Mercier. The matte finish evokes the essence of silk chiffon. The satin finish mirrors the allure of silk twill. Isn't this a lovely description? And the shimmering finish is reminiscent of silk lame. Is it lame? So is that silk lame or silk lame? There's no accent on it, and I am completely clueless with fabrics, so if you're watching this laughing at me, please correct me. The formulation, the eyeshadow palette is made with up to 96.8% ingredients of natural origin, combines silky emollients and oils for easy, long-lasting application, and Pierre Hardy's design for the eyeshadow quartet plays with the round and square geometric shapes, which is what we talked about. The case is protected by a canvas pouch, which I've shown you in my unboxing. It's actually a very nice pouch. I don't know if pouches are growing on me, but I actually really like this one. I like the material. If you can sort of appreciate the material there, but it's quite a soft one. It's quite hardy as well, but it will get mucky, that colour. Let's face it, I will get makeup on it probably by the end of this video. The case is, I've already said that, and it's supplied with an applicator brush featuring a lacquered wooden handle. Really? I didn't see a brush. Oh, there's a brush inside here. I didn't notice, just like with the Louis Vuitton. I'm glad I read that description. I would never have known. Look at that, isn't that cute? Oh wow, that is adorable. Oh my goodness. How did I not know? Look at that. I have to try this out. That is the cutest little brush I think I've ever seen. Oh wow. So there aren't two brushes like with the Louis Vuitton case, but it has got a holder, and if I hadn't read that I would have never known, because I couldn't even feel it when I was doing this. That's crazy. And it's a wooden handle. That's so cool. Look at me, I'm so impressed with this mini. It's just adorable, I love it. And the Ethics, the eyeshadow case is refillable. Something when I did my Louis Vuitton video, I was saying how these are almost as expensive because they're not refillable, and loads of you told me they actually are refillable. So that was my mistake. I'm just going to see, it's got a little pin on the back here, so presumably you pop a pin in the back and it will just come out, and then you can replace it. So it is refillable, so that's really good for the environment. So that's something I didn't realise. They're not available though in these limited edition colours, so you can get refills, but you won't be able to get this as a refill, unfortunately, because it is limited edition, I believe. This is also made in Italy. So I will try this brush, but I don't know what I'll try it to do. I'm not going to try it for the whole application, but I have to include this brush somewhere because it's too cute not to. So the colour I really want to start with is this gorgeous light blue here. This one is the bluish grey. Now I like light blues on me and I like greys on me. So I'm thinking this could be a really good shade for me. It's a transition sort of shade. In fact, I'm going to run this over the whole of this lid. I think I might do two different types of looks. So this one's definitely a matte, very smooth matte, not massively pigmented, very light, but look how it's building up very easily. Last year, like I said, was the first time I tried an Hermes quad, and I was very impressed with it. I love the colour story on that one as well, and I love the formulas. So they are very, very, very expensive. Whether they're worth the cost, I haven't actually told you what this one cost me, but it's over 90. Let me just double check that as I'm applying this. £96. So these are very expensive. That is basically more than I've just paid for the entire Byredo palette. Also Italian formulas. Beautiful formulas. But anyway, there's something quite exquisite about an Hermes formula. And they do have quite different colour stories. I absolutely love that shade, you know. If I was going for a superbly simple look, I could probably stop there with just a bit of eyeliner. Because I really, really love that colour on me. I really do. So I think I'll go into the purple next. So the purple, it feels more like a sort of creamy satin formula. It's certainly got more of a shine to it than the blue. Purple is not always the best colour for blending, so I'm just using it to sort of deepen the outer V area, and you can see it's doing that. And it's definitely got a shine. But not one that's particularly bad for mature skin by the looks of it, so that's good news. You can see that if you saw this online like me, you probably thought, whoa, those colours look so bold and so scary, but they're not. They're soft and they're subtle. Now I do need to soften that out, but I think that's a really, really lovely combination, the two together. So I'll go back into this blue. I'm using here my Sonia G Blender Pro, I think it is. A third update for you, by the way, on my hourglass brush shenanigans. My brush finally arrived that I got to go with the Deer palette. I used it today, and I used this end to apply the blush from Deer, and I got that. So I did get quite a lot. In fact, I got more from this than when I used a natural brush yesterday. So this brush seems to be a good one from Hourglass, and it actually works. And it's synthetic, not natural. So there we go. Little update for you there. I love that. I really love that. Those two together are so pretty. So the look that I really wanted to create, which is what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to try the cute brush now. I'm going to take the peacock green. Oh gosh, a lot of kickback there. I'm going to try this tiny brush. Underneath here, I'm going to start with the peacock green. I'm thinking this could just be a liner shade, really. I want the look to be predominantly the blue and the purple. A little hint of this peacock green along the lash line. Well, not just a hint, I want it to be a thick line, which is why I'm trying this brush for it. Look how beautifully these mix together. I've had this one fly refusing to leave this room, so if you see it on camera, I do apologise. I just cannot find the stupid thing. I don't know how it's still alive. It's never left this room. I have to catch it. I should send my cat in, but then he'd probably knock all my makeup down getting it for me. Oh wow. Oh, I love it. I love that. That's exactly how I've dreamt of applying this, and that's exactly how I dreamt it would look. I absolutely adore that, and this little brush is doing a beautiful job. I wonder if I can use the same brush, if I just try to make sure there's no peacock left, to take this one. Now this one worries me a little bit in case it's too gold, but I don't think it is. So I'm going to put this now just in the inner corner. This is the more sort of subtle look. I don't know if the other look's going to be any less subtle actually. I haven't quite decided what the other look will be yet. Oh, that is really nice. I think I might make more of this shade to test it out for the other look. But for this look, I'm actually done. I don't want to do anything else. I absolutely adore this. I'll zoom in a bit to show you it a bit more close up. Can you see? This green, the way that this peacock green works, if you are a cool tone lover, wow, this is a fabulous colour story. With a hint of warmth, but it's not too warm. It's really not. And for that inner corner pop, it's not too gold and not too warm. I love that look. Absolutely adore it. And I'm not going to touch it. So I'm going to do something completely different on this side to see if I can get something very different from the palette. So let me just think. I think I'm going to start with this one. Like I said, I want to try something very different. So this could be a disaster on me. I'm using the fluffy brush. Is that even going to pick it up enough? And I'm going to take this shimmery shade now, which is like a sort of soft, very light, it's not even gold really, it's, well it is, but it's a very light sort of champagne-y gold. I'm taking this all over the lid. The brush is picking it up, and I'd rather build it up slowly. I don't want to go mad. And that gives you an idea of how this sort of formula looks on mature skin. It's not too bad. I've used ones like yesterday from Byredo, the metallics in that definitely showed off mature skin more. These formulas are absolutely brilliant. So that's giving me a lovely pop of light. So maybe this time I'll go with the green and use that to develop a little bit of depth on the outer edge. So it'll be gold and green. So it's a very different look. Gosh, that really is a different look. It's quite a Christmassy look even, isn't it? And I'll take this blue on the same brush to just go around the edge to sort of soften out and bring a little bit more cool to the party, because this look is looking less cool. That blue, oh, that blue works so nicely with both green and purple. Oh, that is so good. honestly, I'm amazed. These 4 colours are so much fun. And I think they really suit me. I don't know if you're watching this thinking, no they don't, but I love them. It's just so easy to apply and work together. So let's use this funky little brush to see if I can get something from the purple as a liner. This could go wrong because purple as a liner can be a mistake, but let's see what happens. I don't know if it's deep enough. Just added a bit more. I can go for my Sonia G brush if I want to pick up a bit more. I want to use this cute brush. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the green on that side. I'm going to use it as a liner. Yeah, I can't get it to pop as much, so let me try my Sonia G liner brush. A lot of people asked me which brush this was when I used it, and it's from the holiday collection from last year, I believe. I don't know the name because it's not written on it, but that's the pattern. A lot of people wanted to know which one I used. It is a very good one. So let me remind myself, what was I doing? Purple. What day is it even? With all these releases, I really honestly couldn't tell you. I'm surprised I start my video telling you my name and age and get it right. That's where I am at the moment. So yeah, this brush is definitely picking it up more. And as much as I want it to, I certainly wouldn't want a bold purple. I want a nice soft purple, and that's exactly what I'm getting with this. Oh, I really like this, you know. Talk about 2 very different looks from one palette. Very different. So this one's the really bright one, and this one's the more cool tone. I really don't know which I prefer the most. Neither is too much. I don't think either of them are particularly wild, and I did apply quite a lot of that. Let me put it on my finger so you can see what this might do if you really build it up. Just to see if it gives more of a pop, because I did use a fluffy brush. Yeah, definitely a lot more with a finger. A lot more actually. But I will use the same for the inner corner. It's the only shade obviously that works for this. I'm going to use this cute little brush. Just pop a bit in there. Could I risk a little bit under the brow? I know it's not really the right shade. Just a little touch, a little gleam of light with it without being over the top. I think it works. I'll do the same here. Oh wow, I just absolutely adore this quad. Look at that. I love it. So there we go, 2 very different looks, both of which I love. This one's the party one. Now I've built it up on the lid. This one's more of the everyday cool tone look. And they're so quick and easy as well. I love them. I'll just put some mascara on and then we can move to the lips. So with mascara on, those are both of the different looks. So the more sort of subtle blue to purple with a green liner and that tiny pop of gold there. And this one where I've taken the gold all over the mobile lid, the peacock green. And then the blue, which you can't see much, but I've just used that on the outer edge if you remember, and then the purple to line. Completely different looks, which I love. And I still think there's a 3rd look to be done with this one, but anyway, I'm very, very, very happy with this. I immediately think if I'm about to go away for a weekend and I want to look good for a night out, I already think this is the one I want to grab out of everything I've tested recently. That's how much I love it. Anyway, let's move on to the lips. Before we look at the new lipstick, I've got this liner. I picked this up for £43, 0.9 grams, and the one I've got is called Rose Boise, or Boise. It's not Boise, is it? B-O-I-S-E. Boise? Oh, cheers. Can't cope with all these pronunciations. I'm so bad at it. But here is the shade. So this is the shade recommended to go with the lipstick, which you've already seen in my swatch video. So let's try this. Very good match for my actual lip colour there. Going on very creamy, not tugging. I did actually try this yesterday when I first got it, and it did give quite a reasonable longevity as well. A good colour I can just slightly overline with because it's so similar to my lip colour, and also a colour I think I'd use a lot, so just as well with the price. It doesn't come with anything else on the bottom, and it's one you have to sharpen. So there's no sort of brush on the end or sharpener or anything like that. But anyway, I really do like it, and I think I will get quite a bit of use out of it. So here is the lipstick. Again, this came with the same sort of style case. So you've seen that in my... Do we get a little lipstick brush tucked away inside here? Wouldn't that be cool? But no, alas, it is just a case. So this one is £66. And this is also a refillable case. So we see the squares and the circles on the actual design of the lipstick case here. And we're seeing the same colours, well, roughly the same colours because there's black as well, that we're getting in the eyeshadow quad. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? And then you have the Hermes coin motif, is it? So there we are. Exactly the same as we get on the eyeshadow itself, with a H there for Hermes in the centre. So there are 3 different lipstick shades, but I've gone for the only one that was satin. I believe the other 2 were matte, and my shade is Rose Mauve, which is an elegant, compelling, deep pink tinged with a veil of mauve. So this is a magnetic case, and I think this is actually my first Hermes lipstick. Yeah, it's refillable, so you just pull it out, so it's very easy. It's plastic inside, not metal like we got with the Louis Vuitton, if you're wondering. The Louis Vuitton case cost a small fortune because of the sort of mechanics and materials that went into it. So this one has the magnetic, like these even stick together, but it's plastic in the middle. See but the refill actually works without being in the case. With Louis Vuitton you have to put it into the case to get the refill to even work, so you can't use them outside of the case. So with the refills you could swap them around and not necessarily have it in the case, which is good. This case as well is plastic. Again, with Lisa Eldridge we had the recyclable materials in the centre. Anyway, I can't even remember the full details on those, but I'm trying to think how this compares for me. I don't think this feels quite as luxurious as Lisa Eldridge, and certainly nowhere near as luxurious as the Louis Vuitton, but it's still quite weighty. It's got a lovely magnet. I do love the design. It's very unique. It's lovely. I can't complain at all. It is rather beautiful, and I do agree it's worth spending a bit more on when it's this beautiful. Whether it's that worth spending this much on for this or the eyeshadow quad, I don't know. I really don't know. But we are paying for Hermes at the end of the day, one of the biggest, most posh brands on the planet. So anyway, here are the 2 together, the liner and the lipstick that was recommended to be used together on their website. So let's see how they go together. So I'm expecting quite a creamy, smooth finish with this being a satin. Oh, well, this is nice. Is it mauve enough though to go with a cool tone look? I don't know. I mean, all of these lipsticks should work with these looks because there's only one eyeshadow quad and there's only 3 lipsticks. They should work together. I feel like this on my lips looks a bit too pink. It always seems to be the case with my lips. It seems to turn everything more pink. It's almost like my lips have their own little pH adjusting formula going on. Do you know what I wouldn't mind trying is a little bit of this on my cheeks. I've got the Hourglass blush, but let me just use my F4 brush from Mario, because it'd be quite nice if I could bring the colour of the lips to the cheeks. Because even though I did get more out of that Dia palette, I still don't have a lot of blush on. Oh, isn't that pretty? Well, yeah, I like it more now. I think it's looking better. I think with these shades on my eyes, I just needed a bit more colour. Take a little bit across the nose, just a tiny little dab. That's really nice. It's a lovely blush shade, you know. Oh, it's growing on me a lot now. It's amazing, isn't it, how you just change something like that and it brings the look together. And that lipstick worked really, really nicely as a blush. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, there we go. What a successful try on. That's all I've got to show you today. I found that really relaxing and beautiful and easy because it's just 2 products and I've thoroughly enjoyed both of them. I really, really have. I'm delighted I got this collection. I slightly ummed and ahed because I knew I was getting it a little bit later than some. This is, by the way, something that Rebecca are Not Fit for Print Beauty, my Atlantic Alliance partner, she will be skipping because these colours don't work so well on Rebecca. These are very cool tone for Rebecca, so we decided I would go with this one and she would be skipping it, just so you know. But anyway, here are my 2 looks for cheeks, lips and eyes now. What do you think? What side is your favourite? I really love this look, but I also love this look. And I love how different they are. This one's the Christmas look, this one's the autumn look. Or maybe it's winter and autumn actually, isn't it? But anyway. I like the fact that I've got 2 seasons on my face. I like that idea. What do you think? I'm really, really over the moon with them. And it was worth the splurge. I love the packaging. I love the experience of unboxing. I just love everything about Hermes at the moment. I haven't tried an awful lot from them, but I loved what I got last year and I've loved this lipstick and the packaging. The formula is so comfortable and creamy and beautiful and I loved it on my cheeks. I can't say anything bad. I love the lip liner as well. I will probably become a permanent collector of these annual collections from Hermes. Doesn't mean I get everything, but certainly my favourite highlighter of the year last year was Hermes. In fact, maybe I should finish my look with that. Why not? I haven't pulled it out for a while. The most gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, most expensive highlighter in my collection from Hermes, the rose gold. I've got my Refa fan brush. I've got highlighter on, but as soon as I'm feeling all Hermes sparkly pretty today, just every single time I put this on, I just think, oh my goodness, nothing compares to it. It's the best, best, best. And it's going to be the best again this year because I don't think anything's beaten it. Oh, look at it. Perfection. And I'm glad I got this. I really am. I can't see that ever leaving my favourites drawer. I really can't. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I've tried today. Have you picked these up? Will you be picking them up? Do you think they're dreadful? Too expensive? Boring? Beautiful? Whatever your thoughts are, I would absolutely love to hear them. And if you've enjoyed this video, I do hope you will hit the like button and also, get out Hannah, the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. But if you're already subscribed, you're at the end of another review. Honestly, I can't speak. Just as while I'm wrapping this up, isn't it? I really do appreciate everyone for being here, is what I was trying to say. And I really hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.